ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णा प्रेम प्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णा चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्महृदाय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजता दधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। We are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, chapter 14, verse number 9. So we read the last verse, famous Tatyanukampam Sasamikshmana, in which Brahma says that one should see Krishna's grace all around, and all happiness, distress that comes, that is seen as one's Atmakritam Vipakam, outcome of one's own deeds. And if we can live like this, then one will become qualified to give the inheritance of become qualified to get the inheritance Mukti Pade Dai Bhak. So this is important sloka for devotees, for practical application, because we all face problems in our life, different situations arise. This is not the first birth we have taken. So although we say that once you become devotee you don't have any karma, so still situations are coming which sometimes we don't think are favorable. So whether Krishna is sending them or it is our karma, doesn't matter, whatever you call it, you have to take the situation. And main thing is you have to keep your mind in balanced state. Sukhe dukhe sukhe kritva. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks in a different manner from Sankhya or knowledge point of view, Gyan Marg. So there also he gives Ashocyananu Sochastum Pragyavadascha Bhashya Gatasuna Gatasuncha Nanu Shochanti Pandita. So the test of one's scholarship is not that one can give good lecture or one can recite slokas, but how one leads one's life. That is the most important thing. You may know how to cook, but if you don't cook and eat, then what good is the knowledge? So Jnanam Bharam Kriya Vina. So knowledge is burden if it is not applied practically in one's life. So whether you see from bhakti point of view or you see from jnana point of view, the outcome is that we should remain balanced in our life, because then only you can achieve something. If you are not balanced, then you are tottering, sometimes to left side, sometimes to right side, like a person who is intoxicated, cannot walk straight. So then you cannot reach your destination. That's why drinking and driving is not allowed, because they cannot be stable. So similarly, wavering and devotion, wavering, Gyan Marg, they are not allowed. You have to be stable, you have to be nishtha, sthita, fixed, to perform devotional service. So that is the formula which Brahma gave in the previous verse. And he prescribed devotion before that, and that's the outcome of that, because he said no need to make an effort for Gyan. So now in this verse he asks for forgiveness for what he has done. So anybody has any question before we continue?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yes.
It seems like there is no prashchita in this path of bhakti basically.
You want it?
No, I'm just curious. Because if you miss something or do something wrong, then you probably have to ask for forgiveness. But if you don't know whether you are committed this aparadh, then how will that be nullified except you go through your vipaka?
Yeah, so go through it. Therefore, we have to be careful not to do something like that. Otherwise it becomes a habit that you make mistake, then go to, what is that, in church they have confession. So do confession, then come out and do again. And then because you know that formula now, just go and confess. So in bhakti that is not allowed.
Thank you.
So therefore, yes, Sandeep.
Well, Maharaj, can I ask a question from Thursday's class, because I was traveling and so listened it from Spotify.
Yes.
So basically, at this, I just wanted to understand, like you explained this Brahman realization and how it is like the spiritual aspect of that Brahman realization in that class. So once a person is Jivan Mukta, so he has realized Brahman, but he's still in this world. And once at the time he realizes Brahman, he transcends his ahankara. So, but when he deals with the world, he deals through his ahankara. So, is he going up and down? Like, is he transcending and then coming back? How is it like?
You are also doing it every day. When you go to sleep, when you are in deep sleep, then you are also transcending your ahankara. What is the problem? When you are in deep sleep, do you have your ahankara, this material ahankara? So what is the problem?
No, I was just thinking, supposing that spiritual realization means once you transcend ahankara, then always you are transcending.
Yeah, transcending means what? Transcending means that you are not now going to get the outcome of your karma. That's what it means, because you don't associate with it. So that's why Krishna says, Yasya naham krito bhavo. He does not have the bhav. He is not saying he does not have the ahankara. It's not that he does not do activities, but he does not have the bhav that I am the doer. That is the meaning of na. Yasya naham krito bhavo.
And one more question from Friday's class, Babaji. These classes I was studying. So the conclusion was for that last verse 10:14:8 that we have to make our endeavor and accept like whatever comes in our way, but we should not like go back from making our effort. We should not hesitate from making our effort. Is it right?
Yes. Okay.
Babaji, can I have also one question? I just would like to ask, like, if we are in a very difficult situation in our life, and is it allowed to ask Krishna for help, for the energy to go through that situation, not to change the situation or things that, but that give us enough strength and power and energy to deal with the situation?
No need to pray for it. He will give you, if you remember.
Ask, maybe not pray, but sometimes I say, oh, please just give me enough energy or to deal with the situation. Is it okay or it's not? It's not okay.
So what is the difference in saying this and praying?
I mean, praying, maybe I have my Christian from the previous that if you are on your knees in the front of the God and you ask, so there is a pray. But if you just talk to him, it's more like a conversation than pray.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What is the need to say it? Just continue doing. He has already given you intelligence. He has already given you mind. He has given you hands and legs. So what more you want from him? Just use that. You have to just remember him. That's what he himself is saying. Tasmat sarvesu kalashu mam anusmara yuddhacha. He says, remember me and act. No need of praying, give me energy, give me that, give me this. He's already given. So just act. But act while remembering him.
And I have one more doubt, but it's from the previous classes, and I was thinking about this for a week or two, and I just cannot understand, and I just would like to ask. In one of the previous classes, Babaji, you said that I think it was God or Krishna, that he doesn't know himself, or he doesn't understand himself. I don't know if I remember correctly. And I remember when we had one of the classes in our course in Bogolin, and we were talking about the God's attributes. And one of the attributes was that the God is omniscient, that he knows everything. So my doubt is how, because he is the creator of everything, so he must have enough knowledge to create. Yes? This is my understanding. So how come he cannot know himself? That's my doubt. And if you can just...
So first of all, these are two separate things. You are saying that he is the creator. He knows everything about creation. Knowing himself, he also knows himself. But what I said is that he cannot know himself fully because he is unlimited. If something is unlimited, then how can you know it fully? If you can know it fully, that means it's limited. If he is unlimited, then he cannot know himself fully. So omniscient does not mean that you can know just this and that. Omniscient also has a limited meaning. Because if you accept that he is unlimited, then you have to accept that no one can know him, including himself. So know him does not mean that he doesn't know anything. Just like we read that previous Mahima Gunasya Te Gunan Vimatum. So hitavtirnasya keishira kopi, that who can count your qualities?
Yes, exactly.
So then it was said that even Shresha, who has got 1,000 hoods and he's always chanting his qualities, he cannot reach an end. Because it's unlimited. If you reach an end, then it becomes limited. That's we read in the sloka, and that's what it means.
Thank you, Babaji.
I have a question related to this thing about pray, because I understand that maybe in other traditions pray means like you are asking for something, but in the word in Spanish is like talking. So when we remember Krishna in some particular difficult situation, it's also finding if we start to talk with him, like we have a relationship or consider him as a friend in that way, that we exchange the things like that, or this is also...
Yeah, praying means asking for something, that's praying. And when we say prayer in that sense, it's just you recite his qualities, praise him, that is different.
Mm-hmm.
So, sloka number 9.
Excuse me, Babaji, can I ask? This I don't understand yes, I was talking with different with devotees about this question, talking and praying, and I don't understand the difference. How you can talk with him without praying? Because I mean, you ask, but if you ask, you already want something. So I cannot catch it right now. Can you explain for me again?
Explain what?
What is the difference between talking and asking him? Because
I don't know about talking part. You should ask those who are talking. I don't talk.
Yeah.
So those who are talking to him, you should ask them what they talk. Asking is asking, give me this, give me that.
Okay.
It's simple. But what they are talking, how do I know? There is a book called Conversations with God.
This actually several times, and I several times had this question. So yeah, I think I will ask people.
Because have you heard me saying talking to God?
No, I don't know. Some people was telling me like talking to God, and it's interesting that it's like not one or two, like several people. So
then I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what they talk.
Yeah. Yeah, I will ask. I know, I understand. Thank you.
You can ask them. पश्येष्मयनार्यमनन्तयाद्ये परात्मनि त्वय्यपि मायि मायिनि मायां वितत्येक्षितुमात्मवैभवं ह्यहं कियानैच्छमिवार्चिराग्नौ. So in this sloka he is basically lamenting his action which he did, because he tried to see the glories of God. Let me see his Vaibhav, how great he is, whether he can be fooled by me or not. But now he realizes that this was a wrong thing to do on his part. So it is difficult for people in general, because of our ahankara, to accept one's mistake. Generally we do something, then we want to rationalize, even after somebody is pointing that this was wrong action, should not have done like that. Then the first reaction which comes is that people will defend themselves. They will rationalize their action, that actually no, this is not what I meant and this is what I really meant. Like politicians always make statements, and when they are criticized, no, I didn't mean that. So then they're always trying to interpret. So this is human nature. But to be sincere, if I make a mistake, I better accept that I made a mistake. I should own my actions. I am responsible for my actions, and if I have done something wrong, then I accept it. There is no point trying to prove to others. Even if I can convince others that I know I am not wrong, God still knows that I am wrong. So what will I gain just by proving to others that I am not wrong, when actually I have done something wrong? So here Brahma is showing by his own example that even such a great person, who is supposed to be perfect, who is actually the originator of Sampradaya, basically all Sampradaya come from him, whether it is Kumar Sampradaya or other Sampradaya, they come from him. Of course, if it is Sri Sampradaya, that comes from Sri, but Brahma Sampradaya, Kumaras are his sons. Shiva is also his son. So he is being very sincere and straightforward and directly accepting his mistake and feeling bad about it. So this is the prashchitta here in Bhakti Marg. Question of prashchitta was asked, atonement. So the word atonement is at one ment, means being one. So he is trying to be being one with Krishna. Not that, no, I didn't really mean. Krishna knows that's what you did, and he says, yes, I did this. And I was foolish to do that. So that is the meaning of atonement, that we accept what is the injunction and we agree with that yes, according to this injunction or according to his statement, I am wrong. And I accept it and I learn from it, and I will not repeat it. So that is the mood of Vaishnava. That's the behavior of a Vaishnava, which Brahmaji is showing here. So he says, Pashyai same anaryam ananta adi. So he says that, O Isha, O Ananta, just look at my anarya act. So Aryas are those who know Shastra and who behave according to Shastra. They are called Arya. And those who act against Shastric injunction, they are called Anarya. So in Hindi they are called Anadi. That is the word used. Anadi. सुना आपने अनाड़ी? he बहुत बड़ा अनाड़ी है. So this word anadi actually comes from anarya. Means he acts wrongly, he does not know, he is ignorant. misbehaved. That's what is called anarya. So he says that me anaryam ananta adye. Why? Because I have tried to spread my maya, mayam vitatya ikshitum atmavaibhavam. And towards whom am I spreading my maya? One who is ananta, who is adya, who is paratman, you. That you who are mayini, who are the master of maya, who are the greatest master of maya, who are Ishvara, who are supreme, unlimited, who are original person, who is my source. Towards that person, I have tried to spread my maya. Why I did it? Ikshitum atma vaibhavam. Because I wanted to see the atma vaibhava. I wanted to see your majesty. Seeing here means basically wanted to also check out. So hi aham kiyan acham iva archiragnam. So he says, who am I to even think or try this, to have such a wish? Such just like a spark from the fire tries to burn the fire. Can the spark burn the fire from which it has come out? No, it is not possible. Or can that spark compare with the source fire? So it says, Archir eva agnav. So, hey Prabhu, so aham tu bhakti lesham api na kurve. So in the previous sloka, this is how he is relating. In the previous sloka, Brahma spoke that this is how ya jivet sa mukti pade daya bhag. That one should live like that. He says, but I am not like that. I don't even have a trace of bhakti in me. Pratyut aparadha punjam eva iti sanutapamaha pashyati. Rather, I have committed a big offense, big pile of offenses, and then lamenting, he speaks these words while lamenting for it. Hey Isha, me anaryam. So Lord, just see my misdeed, ill behavior. So Arya Sujano Vijyascha. So Arya means one who is of good heart and who is in knowledge, who is well behaved and knowledgeable. Tasya bhava Arya. So the behavior of such a person is called also Arya. And tadvipritam anarya. And opposite of that is anarya. So behavior which is opposite to the behavior of an Arya is called anarya. And therefore says Dorjanya Madhyamcha. So means wickedness and foolishness. Means I am not clean in my heart, because Sujana means pure hearted. So I am wicked, I am malicious, and I am foolish. And that's what I have done. That's how I have acted. Pashyati avdhaya samuchitam dandam kshamam va kurushva. So when he says Pashya, please look or see, what he intends to say is that you can see this and you can give me proper punishment, or you can forgive me as you wish. Because I have made mistake, so I deserve to be punished. Yes.
I'm sorry, just I want to come back for a little bit, just to clarify for myself, because I had this question for a long time. He was telling about rationalizing, and in this moment I understand that rationalizing sometimes I see as cheating your own mind. So my question is, how, I mean, when you really truly believe in something, how to understand that you are wrong? I mean, because you can be really truly believe in something, but you can cheat yourself. So I don't understand how to not cheat yourself. This is hard moment for me. I just don't understand that.
No, when people know that this is wrong and they still act wrongly and then they try to defend themselves, that is cheating yourself. If you are ignorant, then you are.
Sometimes you really think that you don't do anything wrong, and
That's why I'm
then
saying cheating means when you know you are wrong. There are many people who do wrong things knowingly and then they defend themselves for the wrong act. So that is cheating themselves. If you do out of ignorance, means you did not know, you thought this is right. So then you are not knowingly doing it, but later on when you come to know, then you should accept it, otherwise then you also cheat yourself.
yeah, thank you.
So one is
Thank
acting
you.
in ignorance and one is acting in knowledge. So dangerous thing is when you know and still knowingly you act and then try to prove to others that I am right. So that is
Okay.
cheating yourself. You think you are cheating others, but you are cheating yourself. So people do that.
Yes, thank you, Bhagavad. Thank you.
So therefore Brahma says that please do as you like. I deserve to be punished and it's up to you. You punish me or you forgive me. So kurushva anyatha madrishanam daurjanya madhye eva vardhishyate iti bhava. And he says that if you don't do this, if you don't punish me or don't forgive me and make me understand that I am wrong, then people like me who are misbehaved, who are ill behaved, who are malicious at heart, who are durjanas, wicked and foolish, they will think it is all right and they will continue acting like that. So you please do the right thing. Kim tad daurjanyam madhyam chaitiyata. So what is that wickedness and that foolishness? Then he acknowledges that this is what I did. He says adya swakarnatvat pitari. That you are adya, you are the original. Original means also cause. Adimi also can mean cause. You are my cause, therefore you are like my father. Or rather you are my father because Brahma is born from his lotus navel. Tatrapi tvai sukhena sahacharai saha bhunjana evati daurjanyam. So first of all you are my father. On top of that you are happily having your lunch with your friends. And I came and disturbed. So this is my wickedness. I should have waited at least that you finish your lunch. Right? When you have had your lunch, your yogurt rice, and you relaxed after that, then I could have stolen the cows. No, I did it when you are in the middle of eating and you are enjoying. Remember, we saw that how the boys were enjoying, they were giving food to each other, taste this, taste that. And that is the time he stole. So he says, this is wickedness. Somebody is hungry, they were already hungry because they got delayed. And that particular day they especially came early. And then this Aghasura was there. So this whole thing happened. Now they sat down to eat peacefully. Then this guy comes. This four-headed person. So what an obstacle. This is big aparad. So therefore he says aparadha punjame. That big offense I did. So this is my Dorjanya, this is my Durjanta, my wickedness. And then what is my foolishness? That he explains. So Anante Aparichin Aishwarya, that you are Ananta. So your Aishwarya is unlimited, your majesty, your greatness has no limits. And I was trying to test that. What a foolish idea. Right? That's why he said you can count the dust particles, you can count the water particles, you can count the photons in the light, but you cannot count his qualities. But he was trying to do that. So that's why it says Anante Aparichinna Aishwarye Paratmani Atmanopi Atmani. So you are Paratmani. You are the Atma of even Atma. So it is difficult to understand Atma itself. Right? Krishna says Achintyoyam Avikaryoyam. That it is Achintya. Difficult to figure out where is Atma. If you ask where is Atma, how it is existing, because it's not touching anything. Asango hiyam purusha. Atma does not contact anything. If it is not contacting anything in your body, mind, nothing, then how is that it is your Atma and this is your body? What is the relationship of Atma with this body? Sanyog sambandha, samvaya sambandha, swarup sambandha, tadatma sambandha, right? Which sambandha? Which relation does it have? By what relation does it exist? So it's difficult. So is it atomic or is it bigger in size? Difficult. Then what to speak of Paratmani, the Atma of the Atma. Atma also has its Atma. That is Paramatma. Because Atma is in the body and Paramatma is in the Atma. Sometimes you say he is outside, he is also inside of Atma. So he says Atmanopi Atmaniti Mudhatvam. He says this is my foolishness. And then on top of that, my niti. And then I am trying to spread my Maya, who is the maini. Means who can spread his Maya on Maya. On that person I am trying to spread Maya. Just like you want to heat up the fire with the spark from the fire. Burning the fire means you want to increase its temperature by the spark. So he is the one who spreads Maya over Maya, and I am under the control of that Maya, and I want to put my Maya back on him. That's why is Maya. He said this is not foolishness. What is it? It is supreme foolishness. Foolishness was the previous one. That was Mudhatvam. This is Param Mudhatvam. He says this is a higher degree of foolishness. So therefore he says Param Mudhatvam. Evam bhutepi tvai mayam prasarya atma ashwarya ikshitum aham acha. So even to such a person I spread my Maya to see your Aishwarya. I wish to see your Aishwarya. So he says, he says, just see what a fool I am. This is the limit of foolishness. Aham tvai kiyan kim parimanakaha. So what is my stance in front of you? Or what is my value in comparison to you? Archir jwala yatha mahagner udbhya tameva dagdhum ichat. So there is a big fire, huge fire, from that one spark comes out, and that spark wishes to burn the fire back. Burn means somehow overpower that, control it, increase, whatever meaning you can take. Means what is the value of this spark in comparison to the big source fire? Nothing. This fire is going to extinguish if it goes away from it. So he says, whatever I have is actually coming from you, you are the cause, you are the source, and then I think I am going to test you. So this is my foolishness. So two things he said. One is that he disturbed their lunch. So that is making mistake knowingly. Okay? And then he tried to spread Maya. This is making mistake unknowingly. Because he thinks he can spread his Maya. That's okay. But the other one, the first one is more dangerous. He knows that they are eating. Why disturb them now? So these are the two mistakes he accepts. So what is to be done now? Therefore he says, please forgive me. Swatah kshamasvachyuta me rajo bhuvo ye janatayastvat prithagam ishamaninaha ajavale lopandha tamondha chakshusha evonukampyo mai nathavaniti. So he says that, O Achyuta, the infallible Lord, please kshamasva, please forgive me. Me rajo bhuva, I am born from rajas. Right? So it is described in second chapter of Bhāgavatam that in three forms, Virinchi, Vishnu, they and Shiva, so they are related to Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. So he says that I am born from Rajas, and which means that I don't have proper discrimination. But on top of that, I am covered by tamas. So he ajanata, therefore I am ignorant, and tvat prithag ishamanina. So because of rajas, I think I am an independent Ishvara. Because rajas does that. The Rajaguna makes you think that you are great, you are wonderful, you are powerful. Right? So Ishwaroham aham bhogi siddhoham balvan sukhi. So therefore he says, because of rajas, rajasic people think like that. So asau maya hata satru hanisya cha pranapi. So dakshe, yakshe, ko asti sadrisho maya. So all these ideas come because of the rajas. Because when rajas is there, then nana bhavan prithak vidhan. You see difference. In sattva you see one reality, and because of the rajas you see different. So you see I am different, this is different, I am more powerful, I can do this. So he says ajanatastat prithag ishamanina. So not knowing you, I think I am separate from you. And this is the root cause of the problem. When you start thinking that you are independent. Prithak means independent. That I have an independent existence, I have independent power, independent quality, because nothing is independent. So if we sleep and don't wake up, then what can you do? Sometimes people sleep and then don't wake up. So where is the Ishatva? And Ajavalopa Andha Tamo Andha Chakshusha. So my eyes are blinded because of Ajavalopa, because of, like we say, salve of knowledge, Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakya. There is a Jnananjana and is a Ajavalopa. So my eyes are blinded by darkness of ignorance. So what is to be done? He says, Esho anukampyo mai nathvaniti. So you please give your grace to this lowly Brahma. He is calling himself as Esha anukampya. Why? Think that this is my servant, so this needs to be blessed, or I should give my. So thinking that I am your servant, mai nathvaniti. So please give your blessings or grace. So daurjanya uchitasya dandasya madhyochitaya kshamayascha sambhave api mahakripalos tava kshama eva uchita iti ahati. So he says, for my wickedness you should punish me, for my foolishness you can forgive me. Although these two things are possible for you, but still, because you are extremely gracious, it's only forgiving which is proper for you. Kshama eva uchita ityaha. So for that he speaks this. So, he Achyuta, yatastvam mahakripalu tvadi gunebhyaschutir rahita. So you are Achyuta, means you have qualities like very compassionate, very gracious, merciful, and you never come down from your quality of being gracious. So you are Achyuta. Achyuta means who does not fall down, deviate, move. And I am very lowly, ahamcha mahanicha. So you never fall down and I am fallen. So we have a good combination. So therefore you should forgive me. Because if somebody is kripalu, he also needs somebody on whom to do kripa. If there is no one to give kripa, then what will happen to the kripa? It will go in vain. So he says, you are Achyuta, you are Mahakripalu, and I deserve to get your kripa, so you please exercise it. Otherwise it will get rusted if you don't exercise something. Ato mama paradham kshamasve. Therefore, please forgive my offense. Niche daya adhike spardha iti nitariti bhav. So there is a principle of niti that one who is lower, give grace to that person. One who is more than you, then you compete with that person. So I am lower than you, much lower than you. I am Mahanicha and you are Achyuta, so you give your daya. Mahanichatva, how do you say that you are a very lowly person? So he says Rajo Bhuva. So I am born from Rajas and you are Vishuddha Sattva. So Sattvam Vishuddham Vasudev Sabditam. You are Vishuddha Sattva, you are pure Sattva. No contact of Rajas or Tamas. नयत्र माया किमता परे हरे अनुव्रता सुरा सुरार्चिता. So न रजस्तमस्तत्र मिश्रम च सत्वम न च काल विक्रम. So you are free from rajas, tamas, everything. But I am rajas. Rajas also means dust. Rajas has both meaning. That's why I say Raj Raj means dust from the Raj. So Rajaso dhulahe putrasya. Therefore I am the son of dust. I am dust putra. Means I am nothing. I mean, dust is also the lowest thing. Always we are saying, please give me the dust from your feet. So he says, I am a dust putra. I am son of dust. So he says, please, what can be lower than that? I am not dust. I am just dust's son. So that's why he says, Aham Mahanicha. So dhulay putrasya ateva ajyasya. Therefore I am completely ignorant. Because dust means you cannot see things clearly. If dust goes into your eyes, you don't see properly. So I am like that. Tvattaha prithageva idrisho aham iti abhimanvata. And therefore I think I am separate from you. I have this pride, I am independent. So Ishamanitvam vivranoti. And therefore I think that I am also Isha. Because some people call me also Lord Brahma. Right? So I start thinking I am Lord. So how do I think? He says Ajavalepa ajanyatva mada eva andhatama samasanta bhava arsha. So he says Ajavalepa means pride, and that is the darkness, and that has blinded my eyes, andha chakshasha. So tena andhani chakshunsi yasya, and therefore my eyes have been blinded. So he uses plural for the eyes, he should use dual, because in this case he has got 8 eyes. So therefore he says andhani chakshunsi. So 8 of his eyes are blinded. Yasya tena mai tat karunya chandrodayan eva mad garva tamasya bhate sati. So only if the moon of your grace appears, then my eyes will get little light and the pride of my darkness will be removed. Evam satitvam drishyo bhavishyashi nanyatha. Then I will be able to see you. So you are Krishna Chandra. So if the grace of your moonlight comes into my eyes, then I can see clearly. Otherwise they are blinded. Then I will know who you are. Otherwise I will remain confused in ignorance. Kena vicharena kshame iti chet tatraha. So by what mood or mind do I have to forgive you? So Brahma is saying that you should think like this, that Mai Nathvan iti. So Nathvan means servant, that he is my servant, my das. So Esha Brahma anukampya mad anukamparha yato anyatra nathatva abhimanvan api maitu nathvan dase eva. So this is what you should think, that although this Brahma deserved to be blessed, that although he may think that he is master of others, but in front of me he is a das. So anyatra nathatva abhimanvan api. So in front of others, people like Kumaraj, Indra, all these devas, he can think that he is their master. But for me, he is my das, therefore I should bless him. Yadva madhyan mayapi swatantrayam kurvanapi vastuto man maya adhinatvat adhina evati mat. So, or you can think like this, that out of foolishness, although he thought that he is independent, but in reality he is under the control of my maya. Adhineva. Thinking like this, you should bless me. So in this case, the word Nathvan means Paratantra or Paradhina. Paratantra, Paradhina, Paravan, Nathvan api iti amarkot. So Paratantra, Paradhina, Paravan, Nathvan, they all mean one who is under someone's control. So Nathvan also means dasa, servant, and Nathvan also means being under somebody's control. So then in the next verse 11, Kvaham tamo mahadaham khacharagni varbhu samveshtita anda ghata sapta vitastikaya kvedrig vadhavig ganitanda paranucharya vatadharome vivrasya chate mahitvam. So now he is making a comparison, because in the previous sloka he said that I am extremely lowly, mahanicha, and you are supremely high person. You are the highest, I am the lowest. So he now shows the comparison, the greatness of Krishna and lowliness of his own self. So that's when we use the word tu qua. So dvau quau mahad antaram darshayata. The statement that when you use tu qua means kutra, where. We did this in Harinama Chakran. So qua is used in the sense of kutra, where. So where I am and where you are, it's like this. So he says, look where I am. This universe is called a pot, ghata, or an universal egg, andaghata, and it is covered by 7 layers or 8 layers. So there is tama, there is mahad, there is aham tattva, there is kha, chara, agni, var and bhu. So tama is prakriti, mahad is mahat tattva, aham is ahankar, kha is akasha, space, chara is vayu, air, agni is fire, var is water, and bhu is earth. So this universe is covered by these 8 layers. Samvestita andaghata. And inside this universe, huge universe, I am Brahma, which by my own measurement I have 7 of this vitasti, sapta vitastika. This from the thumb end to the little finger end is called 1 vitasti. So if you measure it is your own height, it will be 7 of this. So he says that is my size. Try it. Or 3.5 of your hand. If you take your hand from here to here, then your height is 3.5. So he says, that is my size. So this whole universe, this big universe, I am inside that size of 7 vitastis. But these big universes, they are coming out from the pores of your body, just like the dust particles float. If you open the window sometimes and the light is coming, then in the light you can see these dust particles floating. He says like that the universes are floating, coming on and out from the pores of your body. Inside that universe itself is huge. Inside that universe, I am little Brahma, size 7 with asti. So now make the comparison. That's where I am and that's what you are. So he says, Kwa idriga vidha aviganita anda paranucharya. And there are unlimited of such atom-like universes are coming from your body. Vatadhvarome vivrasya chate. That is your greatness. So unlimited of these universes which are like dust particles floating in the air. They are coming from the pores of your body. And now that dust particle you magnify and make it universe. Inside that I am little Brahma. And I think I am great. And now you think how great we are. Because we also think we are great. Right? Brahma himself saying that he is comparing this universe is floating in Maha. And this is only Mahavishnu. Krishna is beyond that. So in this universe, we also think we are great. So this is the most amazing thing. What can be more foolishness than that? And there we boldly declare there is no God. Right? There are so many books written. No God. So that boldness can come because of the ahankara. So nanu vishvasrashta ati prasiddheva natvam ishmani. So Krishna says, why are you saying that you are thinking you are Ishvara? You are an Ishvara, you create the universe. And it is well known, people know this, that Brahma creates. So what do you mean I think I am Ishvara? You are Ishvara. So mamatu kim Ashwarya. And what is my Ashwarya? Nobody is saying I am Ishvara. Everybody says he is Yashoda's son, going around with a stick after the cows. So why you are talking like this? I am a little boy. You are Brahma, the creator of this universe. You are Ishvara. So why you are saying that you think you are Ishvara? There is the question of thinking. So what is my greatness? So Brahma says, no, it's not like this. So tamaha prakriti, tama means the original prakriti. Mahanscha, ahankarascha, khama, akasha, cha charo vayuscha, agnischa, var jalam cha, bhushyati, ebhis tattvai samvestita. So these are the 8 coverings of the universe around it. And yo andghata, and then this is like a big pot in which Brahma is there. Pataladi satyalokantai, all this Talatal, Bital, Sutal, Mahatal, Talatal, Patal and Bhul, Bhuva, Svatva, Janlok, Taplok, Mahalok, all this Satyaloka is highest. So Swamanena Saptavitasti Nikrishta Lakshana Kayo Yasya. So he says my body size is only 7 vitasti. So it's insignificant body inside this universe. So aham kwa. So he says that is what I am and look at what you are. Idrig vidhani yani aviganitani andani tani eva paramanve. Says this whole universe, consider this like to be one atom. And such atoms are unlimited. And they are coming from your body. So where is the comparison? Tesham charya nishkama pravesh rupam paribhramnam tadartha vatadhvano navakshaiva rom vivavrani yasya tasya tava mahitvam ashwarim. So they are all coming like the dust particle coming through the window, moving in, out, like that universes are coming in, going out, coming in, going out. So that is your greatness. Mahat Srashta Pratham Purushena Krishnasya Aikya Vivaksha. So this he is speaking by making one Krishna one with Mahavishnu. Krishna is much beyond that Mahavishnu, but thinking Krishna of as Mahavishnu, he is speaking like this. Although he is Krishna is beyond that. Tena mama ashwarya vikramo va tvam prati salbhasya garudam prati vana gananam arham. So therefore he says, my greatness, my valor in comparison to you is just like there is a locust and then there is a Garuda. So what is the comparison? So therefore I deserve to be forgiven. So I'll stop here if there is any question.
Yeah, there's a question. This thing just turns on all the time.
Who is asking?
Babaji Maharaj, I had asked.
Bolo.
So why Brahma is asking for forgiveness rather than asking for punishment? Because he committed an offense.
Well, what will you ask if you are in his place?
So सजा मिलनी चाहिए ना.
Yeah. So he can also say, he said that, but then he said, you are Mahakripalu. He's trying to show greatness of Krishna by that Krishna is so great that he will not punish him, but he will forgive him. But if you want punishment, no problem.
Babaji, can I have a question?
Yes.
I'm wondering, maybe you can answer. Madhvacharyas, they don't accept Brahma Vimohana-lila as because they point to fault in Acharya. And this leads me to another question. It's stated that Mahaprabhu is taken from Madhvacharya and that line. And I'm just wondering how is that possible even?
What is possible?
Taken teachings from Madhvacharya.
No, where is it said that he took teachings from Madhvacharya?
That's the common understanding. I know there's a controversy on that. There's a controversy on that, I know, but that's a common
No, you should, when you say something, you should give some praman for that. Where is it said that Mahaprabhu took teachings from Madhvacharya? Should make
reference, but
yeah, even if you don't have the exact reference, you should at least say that it is said in Chaitanya Charitamrita, or the popular biographies of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya Bhāgavata, Chaitanya Mangal, Chaitanya Charitamrita Mahakavyam. So where is it stated?
I'm not sure, but I know that some societies teach that.
Yeah, you can teach anything, but I am saying that you should have some basis of your teaching.
Sure.
I have not come across like that he took.
So how about the first part of my question? They don't accept Brahma Mahalila. I was wondering, is that, I'm just wondering, how is that qualified?
What is qualified?
That Madhvacharyas don't accept Brahma Mahalila.
Yeah, they don't accept. We already spoke about that. Vallabhacharya also does not accept. Madhvacharya doesn't accept. That is their personal thing. I mean, what can I say about that? They have their reason. and I mean,
They
these.
follow Bhāgavatam and not follow Bhāgavatam, is that right?
Hmm?
So they follow Bhāgavatam, but parts of Bhāgavatam
Yeah,
they don't follow.
they consider these 3 chapters as interpolation. 12th chapter, 13th chapter and 14th chapter. Basically this Aghasur-līlā. When I started 12th chapter, I already spoke about it.
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Bhavati, can I ask also the question?
Yeah.
I want just to clarify a little bit my question before. So I was asking about, and you was answering about 2 paths, that like 2 ways. Like first, if the person is not aware about because he was cheating himself, and the second was when he understands that he cheated himself, and when he understands how should be correct and do in other way. So was doing bad Adamic action. So can you tell me just what should be done after in first and the second way? What is the best way of going out from that? Because this is very common in our lives. This is the most common thing that I experience. So I really want to know this one too.
Yeah, so the first part one should not do. If you already know that this is wrong, then you should not do it. But if you don't know it and you have done it, then this is what Brahma is saying. Then you should feel that yes, I made mistake, I act wrongly, and ask forgiveness to Krishna that this is a mistake I made.
So accept the next question.
Hmm?
Yeah, so accept and ask forgiveness with the whole heart, right?
Yeah, this is what Brahma is teaching by his own example. The stories are there for us to learn how we have to execute our life. Brahma is a perfected being, he is an avatar. Like this question was asked that he is Acharya, how can he make mistake, they don't accept. These are Bhagavan, these are Leelas of pastimes. It's like how is that Baldev is Krishna's expansion, how is that he fell into Maya. This is all Leela of Bhagavan, it is meant for us to educate. This is not going to have any effect on Brahma, and that's why Krishna is not punishing him. Because of this pastime, Krishna's greatness came out. If this pastime would not happen, then we would not know how great is Krishna. So this is for us to understand. So, but we see that Brahma is showing by his own example that he did it, and now he is asking Krishna, please, I made a mistake, I thought I am independent, or I tried to test you, so I am foolish, I am maha-foolish, so I deserve to be punished. He is saying it wholeheartedly. So this is what we have to do. If we have made mistake in ignorance, then we learn from our mistake and don't do it again. And we feel in our heart that I acted wrongly.
It's very, very important part about awareness, this thing that we need to be aware about every action and study Shastra and know and see actually this in our life. Thank you, Bhagavatam. Thank you.